In 1975, Coca-Cola dominated the American soft drink industry. Their legendary formula has remained unchanged since 1886. Since World War II, annual sales reached a staggering $5.4 billion. But a genius marketing stunt by Pepsi changed everything. In 1975, Pepsi unveiled its masterstroke, the Pepsi Challenge. Across shopping malls and public spaces, Pepsi conducted blind taste tests that proved a shocking revelation. Most participants preferred Pepsi over Coca-Cola. This daring move challenged Coca-Cola's market dominance and made headlines, marking the beginning of a fierce war of branding. Clever and simple, the Pepsi Challenge wasn't just a marketing campaign. It was a psychological masterstroke. It flipped the narrative from brand prestige to taste preference. Consumers, now doubting their Coke loyalty, started questioning their choices. A victory for Pepsi before the war had truly begun. Coca-Cola panicked. The brand, synonymous with Americana, couldn't ignore Pepsi's growing popularity. Executives chose a radical approach, reformulating their classic drink. In 1985, the world was introduced to New Coke, a sweeter version aimed at countering Pepsi's taste advantage. But consumer response was swift and brutal. People hated New Coke. The backlash was unprecedented, with protests, petitions, and outrage dominating the headlines. Coca-Cola underestimated one thing: the sentimental connection fans had with their iconic original flavor. Coca-Cola wasn't just a beverage, it was heritage, nostalgia, and identity. By tampering with its recipe, Coca-Cola inadvertently alienated its core audience. Over 400,000 complaint calls flooded their customer service. In a world where tradition reigns, innovation had backfired spectacularly. Media only amplified the failure. From TV to tabloids, New Coke became a cautionary tale of how not to handle brand identity. Coca-Cola's bold misstep went viral, ADS style, and Pepsi, quick to seize the moment, leaned into the chaos, establishing itself as a rebellious underdog on the rise. The best comeback stories are born from failure, and Coca-Cola's was no different. Bowing to consumer demand, the company brought its original formula back within 3 months, calling it Coca-Cola Classic. The return of the cherished drink was celebrated worldwide, and sales surged to historic highs. This return was framed as a win for the people, a decision driven by consumers' voices. Coca-Cola Classic not only saved the company from collapse but also reasserted its dominance in the market. The lesson was clear: never underestimate the power of tradition and brand loyalty. The Cola Wars transformed from taste tests to a decades-long cultural phenomenon. Pepsi and Coca-Cola became symbols of individuality and preference. The bold blue Pepsi represented youthful rebellion, while classic red Coke stood for tradition and nostalgia. Their rivalry seeped into sports, entertainment, and global advertisements. From Pepsi's endorsement of Michael Jackson and Britney Spears to Coca-Cola's iconic Christmas campaigns, the brands fought relentlessly for visibility. Super Bowl commercials, celebrity partnerships, and viral stunts became their battleground. Each ad was more memorable than the last, embedding the rivalry in pop culture's DNA. This battle isn't just about cola, it's about identity. Pepsi and Coke transcended beverages representing ideologies. Pepsi's youthful energy caters to optimists craving change, while Coke's consistent values resonate with those valuing heritage. The Cola Wars are a reflection of consumer psychology and the ever-changing tides of cultural preference. Even today, the focus isn't just taste, it's about the lifestyle. Every sip speaks to who you are or aspire to be. It's why millions of people passionately choose a side, blue versus red, in one of history's most compelling rivalries. Marketers, take note: brand loyalty is a double-edged sword. While it can keep consumers faithful, tampering with what they cherish is risky. Pepsi taught us the power of disruption, turning public perception in its favor. Coca-Cola demonstrated resilience, showing how to rebound from catastrophic decisions. Future branding strategies owe much to this war. The concepts of blind testing, psychological influence, and consumer-driven movements all emerged as central themes. Whether through taste pranks or heritage-driven campaigns, both brands mastered the art of fighting better, not just harder. The rivalry is far from over. From TikTok challenges to influencer tie-ups, Pepsi and Coca-Cola continue vying for relevance in a social media-driven age. Markets may shift and consumer preferences may change, but the rivalry remains timeless. its impact now spanning across continents and generations. So the question persists, are you Team Blue or Team Red? This simple choice has fueled decades of brilliant ads, unforgettable stories, and marketing genius.